The Inquisitors were first introduced in Star Wars Rebels. The first Inquisitor we see is the Grand Inquisitor, the Master of All. Now we know from Rebels that he was first a Jedi in the episode Return to the Jedi Temple. These were not Sith, but assassins that worked for Vader and helped hunt down the remaining Jedi. We also see a lot of the fifth brother as well as the seventh sister in Rebels, more than other Inquisitors. If you haven't seen Rebels, then you definitely should before watching the Kenobi series. We see them using the Force and detecting Kanan and Ezra much easier than Imperial troops, and you could tell that they knew the Force well, and of course before the Empire they didn't exist, so instead of killing some Jedi, they would be tortured and turned to the dark side by Vader and Sidious, and if the Jedi wouldn't turn, they would be killed. When Darth Vader began training them, he noticed how weak they were in the dark side, and he knew it was from their Jedi past. He taught the Inquisitors to not be so defensive and only use offense. In Rebels, we see Ahsoka fight the fifth brother and the seventh sister at the same time. She took advantage of their offensive fighting and knew how to counter it and defeated them with ease, as we can see in the episode. The Inquisitors did not realize that Ahsoka was taught by Anakin Skywalker, the former person who wore the all-black machine-like armor who was now training them. The Inquisitors that fought Ahsoka were not nearly as well trained as her because Vader held back their training so they could not become close to as powerful as him. He knew their place and they had enough skill to defeat most Jedi. Ahsoka was very powerful, being taught by one of the most powerful Jedi in the Order, being Anakin. She also had way more experience in the battlefield than most Inquisitors, again because she fought by Anakin, who was always volunteering himself for missions and was nearly successful every time. And that's no exaggeration. In Rebels, Ahsoka also says that Anakin rarely lost a battle. Now, Inquisitors were former Jedi, and when you use the dark side, it is essentially like taking steroids and gives you an advantage, as well as makes you reach your potential a lot faster. So these former Jedi, now known as Inquisitors, could overpower many of the remaining Jedi. Another interesting piece of information is that Palpatine actually started looking for Inquisitors before the Jedi Order was around. During the Clone Wars, he hired bounty hunter Cad Bane to kidnap Force-sensitive children, and these were supposed to be the first Inquisitors. If you want to go back and watch any of these episodes, the first one I mentioned was Return to the Jedi Temple for Rebels, and the one where Cad Bane kidnaps the Force-sensitive children for Sidious. The first episode, I'm pretty sure, is called Holocron Heist, and then this one where he actually has the children and he kidnaps them is Children of the Force. So I would recommend going back to the Clone Wars series to watch those episodes. It's a 3-episode arc, I believe. And then, of course, going back to Rebels, because you see Inquisitors throughout the whole show. And it would be really helpful, since that is the only time we actually see them in live action before, not live action, but in animation or in a show, actually doing something besides comics. So that's my little take on Inquisitors, and I think that's all the things that are important to know about the Kenobi show, about the Inquisitors. So if you guys liked it, I'll make more videos explaining characters that are in the show as far as we know. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with you.